Right, in a bizarre turn of events, United CEO Richard Arnold met with disgruntled supporters, Jamie, and discussed the club's future plans over a pint at a local pub. Arnold discovered that a group of Manchester United fans had planned a protest outside his home and instead invited them for a drink and to have a chat. Part of the candid conversation was secretly filmed and shared on social media, and here's what he had to say, Richard Arnold, about the club's recent spending.
We spent £1 billion on players over the last 10 years. We spent more than anyone in Europe. I'm not thrilled where we are, right? It doesn't sit easy. I worry, right, we've got to get this sorted for the future. But what's happened is we burned through cash. You can't go to our training ground and say, by the way, show me where that £1 billion is in. Because I don't think we've done well with the money we've spent historically. Yeah. But I'm not here to defend Joel or the Shells. He must speak for himself, right? I wanted to talk to you. You've taken the time and energy to come here to make your views known. I respect that. The money's got to come from somewhere, and you may not like our current owners. Okay, I can't help that. If you want someone else to come in, they have to look and say, okay, the fans love the club, they love the team, it's positive. Because the other bit is, look at like last year was a nightmare, right? It was a nightmare. I was hating every game.
Now, Jamie, also wanting to say for us, some of the money the manager and director of football want is there for the future and investing in a new stadium to do our latest and greatest, £250 million training ground. Wow. That's what he needs to do, what he wants to do for the club. I've got to have more cash than we have now. Jamie, we were speaking about it earlier on, Natalie and I. The first thing you've got to say, I think it's actually quite commendable that he's went out and spoke to the fans, and I also think it's actually a good bit of PR which Manchester United could do with.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, look, he's been honest, and I think that's what Manchester United fans probably want from their owners and their CEOs. I feel like they've kind of been a closed book with the fans. There's been a divide between them. So I think maybe he's trying to repair that a little bit. I don't think it's a bad interview. I think he's just been honest and open about it. And, you know, the Man United fans have shared it online. Hopefully that might maybe get a few of them on side, because they have had a huge divide. And I think if you look at teams that are always successful, the fans and the CEOs and the managers and the owners are all pushing in the same direction. At Manchester United right now, they're all pulling in the wrong direction, and that's what they need to do. Repair that first, get everyone back on board, and then try and build. I mean, he's talking about building and doing things right. That's what they need to do. This is not a quick fix. If you expect Ten Hag to just come in now and go and win the league or start pushing on, it's not going to happen. This is a 3-4 year project now that they need to kind of regroup again.
When you're rebuilding then, like it appears that Manchester United are going to have to do with Eric Ten Hag, this is the perfect sort of way of doing it, getting the fans on side, starting that sort of conversation and connection again with the fans. Do you think that's something more clubs should do, actually? Not necessarily because of a protest that could have happened. That's why Richard Arnold decided to do that. But have more of these sit-down chats with fan groups.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, the fans are the football club at the end of the day. The players will come and go, managers come and go, owners come and go, but the fans are always going to be that football club. And of course, they are a huge part of it, and you need to be honest with them, and you need to be open. You need to sit down with them, make sure that they're happy, let them have their rants, let them have their protests, and have their say. So yeah, if you can get these type of things done in the right way and you get the right message across, then great, I'm all for it, because without the fans, the club's nothing. And right now, Manchester United have not got the fans on side.
What do you think, Jamie, in terms of the Manchester United fans, and it's a kind of general question, do you think the majority of them understand the magnitude of the job in hand for the new manager, or do you think there's a lot of them think because it's Manchester United, they've got a divine right to success?
It's a good question. I would say I think that the fans now are understanding how hard the job is. I think before, because it was Manchester United, you had to be successful, and if you wasn't, get out. I think now the fans have maybe seen that where the club's at the moment, how far the other teams have gone past them, like Liverpool and Man City, and I think now the fans probably understand that this is a huge job, a big rebuild, and it needs to be done properly. For me, it's all about recruitment. I think if you look at Manchester United, the recruitment policy and the money that they spent on players hasn't been good enough. You look at Liverpool, pretty much every player that they've signed has been a great signing for them. Same with Manchester City to a certain degree. Like the players that they've brought in, a lot of them have been perfect for the club. And that means that you've then been able to build a team over 3 or 4 seasons that can challenge for titles because the players have gelled. Manchester United's recruitment have been so bad that any player that's come in hasn't really done that well. So that says to me where it's all going wrong.
What about the fact that they filmed him secretly? Is that an issue for you? Is that a betrayal of some sort of trust that he has tried to start building?
They should have told him. I mean,
Of course they should have, man.
They should have said, "Look, can we film this?" I think that's just a respect thing, But look, this day and age, social media and cameras and phones.
Jamie,
it happens. He's got to respect that.
It doesn't surprise you, but it continues to disappoint you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whether you like it or not, it's a betrayal of trust. Why would you not just say to him, look, we
But to
appreciate
be fair, it's probably done him a favour.
Absolutely.
Because what was he speaking to? How many of them were there? But it didn't look like
Not that many.
It wasn't that many people there.
No.
But because they filmed it and it's gone out on social media, wherever it is, the message has got across globally. And in my opinion, he's honest and open with what he said. And I think the fans would respect that and respect him for it. So, in a way, good and bad, yes, you should tell him that you're going to film it.
Of course you should.
But if they told him he filmed it, he might not have been as honest as he spoke.
Yeah, but you still can't. I mean, it was good enough to turn up in the first place. You've got to give the man a bit of respect, as you say. That's the word, respect.
Yeah, of course.
Ask him, say, is it okay if we record this?
Yeah, but then he might have given a politically correct answer. Do you know what I mean? You know what
Yeah,
it's like.
I totally understand.
You know what it's
Yeah,
like.
it wouldn't be as candid if you knew it's being filmed.
If you know you're being filmed, it's like when players do interviews
But do you not
after
think
games. It's they want to say something, they can't.
But do you not think there is an element of naivety perhaps from him? Because that is going to happen, isn't it? Most people now have
maybe.
phones so that can record. It's kind of one of those things that happen. But having said that, like you say, he's not said anything wrong. What he said is all right.
And we're not, they're not robots, and we're all normal people. He's at the football club. He wants the football club to do well. It's not like he doesn't want it to do well. They're trying. He knows that they've made mistakes. They want to rectify it. They know what the plan is. Yeah. So he's just speaking openly, and I think fair play to him.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.